Did you ever tell yourself, I wish this card would be banned or wouldn't exist at all? Today, we are going to talk about which cards need to be banned in order to create a healthier game environment in Master Duel. The reason why I created this video is because recently, game devs released a new ban list and I wasn't satisfied with it at all. They have a couple of right hits, but overall, they can't see the bigger picture. And that's why I'm about to reveal the most cancerous, toxic Yu-Gi-Oh cards that should be banned and taken action against immediately. Let's start. Number 1 is Maxx. This card is probably one of the most, if not the most hated card in Yu-Gi-Oh history. Recently, they nerfed it to 1 copy from 2, but people still want it banned entirely. Since almost every deck today relies heavily on special summoning, this card literally shuts them down. You either stop summoning and end on a weak board, or keep going and give your opponent infinite draws. While cards like Ash Blossom, Called by the Grave, or Crossout Designator can counter it, completely removing Maxx is necessary for a healthy meta. People are actually fine with Mulcharmy for Volos because it's balanced, but combining both is just toxic as hell. Number 2. Droll Lockbird. Another hugely problematic card. So many decks rely on searching and adding cards from the deck to function. Droll completely stops that, forcing you to pass your turn without setting up a proper board. Take the hero deck for example. While we can play under Droll Lockbird now to summon DPE or Darkglow, in the past, getting hit by Droll was an automatic loss. Losing a duel just because of a single hand trap isn't healthy game design. It's semi-limited right now, but it honestly needs to be banned alongside with Maxx. Number 3. Baronne de Fleur. This card is way too generic. Literally, any deck can summon her without restrictions. Primate engines in Odeon or Blue Eyes can bring her out effortlessly, and decks like Elf Note can summon her before their 5th summon to negate Nibiru or any other hand trap. Since hand traps like Ash Blossom are tuners, even non-synchro decks can summon her easily. The more archetypes game developer release, the more problematic this card becomes. Limiting her to 1 changes nothing, she has to be banned. Number 4. Block Dragon. I honestly can't believe this card is still legal in Master Duel. It's banned in the TCG and limited in the OCG, but it should be banned everywhere permanently. It can special summon itself multiple times per turn because it's not hard once per turn. It protects your rank masters from destruction, and worst of all, it searches up to 3 rank masters. This lets players easily search toxic floodgates like Fossil Dyna or Barrier Statue. If you can't stop your opponent with hand traps, breaking a board backed by Block Dragon is almost impossible. Number 5. Gallant Granite. Number 6. King of the Feral Imps. Number 7. Infernal Flame Banshee. I'm grouping these 3 cards together because they suffer from the exact same fundamental issue. They all require just 2 generic level 4 monsters, making them stupidly easy to summon in almost any deck. Gallant Granite lets decks easily search floodgates like Fossil Dyna or Barrier Statue. King of the Feral Imps searches reptiles, allowing decks to splash Mitsurigi engines effortlessly. Infernal Flame Banshee searches pyros like Snake Eyes. Generic extra deck searchers that fetch floodgates or splashable engines ruin deck uniqueness and game balance. They should either lock you into their archetype or be banned entirely. Number 8. Naturia Beast. An old school floodgate that's still fundamentally broken. While not every deck can summon it, any deck that does completely locks the opponent out of spells. Since its negation effect isn't once per turn, you just keep milling cards to negate every spell played. It might not be the highest priority right now due to usage, but cards with non-once per turn spell negates have no place in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Number 9. Kewl Toon Trackmaker. Now this card might surprise some of you, but hear me out. On Special Summon, even from the graveyard, it lets you search any Kewl Toon card. Why is an easy to summon master allowed to search the entire archetype? On top of that, when sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, it returns 1 card your opponent controls to the hand without targeting. It is so hard to outplay it. For example, you can easily return Red Eyes Dark Dragon from the field. And this monster is one of the strongest fusion monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Since it cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Can you believe it? Maker gives the deck way too much versatility and removal, and it needs to go. Number 10. Kewl Toon Synchro. Whose idea was it to combine polymerization and E-Emergency Call into a quick spell? People used to complain about Ketu Dracotail, but Kewl Toon Synchro is on another level. Ketu is a normal spell, searches only monsters, and require your opponent to control a monster to fusion summon. Kewl Synchro has none of those restrictions, searches any Kewl card, and you can activate up to twice per turn, plus activating it during the draw phase completely bypasses Droll. Banning this card and Maker would make Kewl balanced without touching the rest of the deck. They can play 3 copies of all other cards and I wouldn't care about it. Number 11. Dracotail Phryxul. This card is the bridge between Dracotail and Branded. Pure Dracotail decks don't even need it, but it's played purely because of Branded Fusion. Since it's a light monster, it serves as fusion material for Branded Fusion, allowing you to instantly set Ketu or Rahu straight from the deck. Devs keep nerfing Dracotail starters when Dracotail isn't even top meta anymore compared to K9, Wangui Soul, Radiant Typhoon, Kewl, Branded, and so on. Banning it will destroy the bridge, allowing devs to unhit Dracotail starters while hitting the actual problem cards in Branded instead, such as Branded in High Spirits, the Fallen the Virtues, White Dragon, etc. Number 12. M-X-Saber Invoker, and number 13. Zoodiac Broadbull. I would love to see Zoodiac to be playable again, but ever since Radiant Typhoon was released, these two cards create an absurd bridge between the two archetypes. A single card can lead to an entire board with 7 to 9 interruptions. Semi-limiting Rat Peer isn't the solution. The real solution is banning these generic extra deck searchers. Individually, these decks are fine, but generic bridges like Invoker and Broadbull ruin the game balance whenever new archetypes drop. Number 14. Radiant Typhoon Vision. Whose idea was it to print a quick play Pot of Greed? People think the discard cost is a downside, but in modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially in decks like Radiant Typhoon, Sky Striker, or Branded, you have so many quick play spell cards in your deck that can get rid of it easily without losing any benefit. It gives these decks insane consistency, basically turning a 40 card deck into a 37 card deck. Activating it in the draw phase also bypasses Droll, and while you can negate it with Ash Blossom, it will just be a bait since your opponent has combo starters in their hand. Or if you don't negate it, that means your opponent will fix their hand and improve it to a better shape. It must be banned without any debate. Number 15. Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. Speaking of draw power, Engage is another card that generates absurd advantage. While Sky Striker isn't top meta, this card enables insane draw loops, especially when combined with new cards like Radiant Typhoon Vision. Banning it though might kill Sky Striker, but leaving it at 3 is too unfair. The best solution here is an errate, making its activation a hard once per turn. Number 16. Herald of the Arclight. This card simply does too much for a single extra deck monster. It has a floodgate effect like Dark Law and Omni Negate, and searches a ritual monster or spell when sent to the graveyard. You don't even need to ritual summon it. Cards that send extra deck monsters directly to the graveyard trigger its search for free. Negating a card while simultaneously searching your combo piece is a ridiculous design. It needs to stay banned. Number 17. DDD Wave Hiking Caesar. This card is completely fine in pure DDD deck, but the Fiendsmith engine ruined it. Any deck running Fiendsmith can easily pump out Caesar for 2 special summon negates in a single turn. I don't want the Fiendsmith engine completely dead, which is why I'm not asking to ban Fabled Ulri, but Caesar either needs a hard once per turn errate or a permanent ban. Number 18. Vanity's Fiend. Number 19. Vanity's Ruler. These floodgates are seeing a resurgence thanks to Iniacraft. Once Iniacraft builds their board, they use their normal summon to drop Vanity's Fiend or Ruler. Since Iniacraft already interrupts your plays and protects their monsters, landing one of these means game over. With meta decks getting nerfed, Iniacraft will pop up more, and these two floodgates will give you no chance of counterplaying. That's why these cards either need to be permanently banned or limited to 1, which again still doesn't fix anything much. And finally, number 20, Dimensional Fissure, a continuous spell that completely shuts down graveyard reliant decks like Branded, while decks like Iniacraft play under it completely unaffected, since pendulums go to the extra deck instead of graveyard. On top of that, it prevents opponents from using hand traps like Maxx or Droll, since they require sending cards to the graveyard. They cannot even activate cards like the Fallen the Virtues either. This floodgate spell gives more power boost than Iniacraft ever needed, so that's why it should be banned immediately. So these are the 20 cards that I think need to be banned ASAP to create a healthier Master Duel environment. Getting rid of these toxic searchers, generic negates, and floodgates will instantly boost deck diversity and give rogue decks a real fighting chance. Let me know in the comments which hits do you agree or disagree with, and I'll see you guys next time.